Hello, I'm Danny Koontz, and welcome to FM Corner. Today we're going to talk about repairs, above the PAC line or below the PAC line. Most restaurant companies choose to pick one of two options for where repairs and maintenance is going to be displayed on the budget line. And it's typically above the PAC line, which is the profit after controllables line, or below. Why that's important is because of how much input you're going to get as a facility manager from the operations team and the people in the restaurants, depending on where you decide that this line falls. And typically your finance team decides. If they decide to put it above the PAC line, what that means is the general manager, the director, operations personnel, there is a piece of the repairs and stuff which is going to affect their bonus. And their bonus is made up of different criteria, and a piece of that is going to be repairs and maintenance. As a facility manager, you will get more pushback from operations when their repairs are considered above the PAC line. And the reason for that is you're affecting a part of their budget. So that's why you tend to sometimes have other companies, service companies, besides the ones that you want on site doing work, because they found someone cheaper, because it affects their budget and their bonus, and so they believe sometimes cheaper is better. The other thing is they don't want you to repair their pieces of equipment when cost gets to X amount of money. They want you to replace that piece of equipment because they don't want that repair sitting on their budget line. They'll want you to replace it, or they want you to use a one-time capitalization rule so it rolls to depreciation and it doesn't affect their bonus. The other problem comes with that is managers calculate bonus every month, and maybe with a day or two left in that month, if their repairs are considered above the PAC line and something breaks, there's a tendency not to fix it. Because if I wait 24 to 36 hours, I'll be in a brand new month, I'll get paid bonus for this particular period, and then I can start afresh with the repair. What that does is hurt the quality of the operation and your restaurant. In other words, if you were going without air conditioning in the kitchen for a day or so because it was the end of the month, that wouldn't be good. So operations is going to be heavily involved in that decision-making process on who the vendors are, who comes and does work, how much are the charges, the things they don't understand about each particular invoice, and why did I fix it? I'm due to get a new one. If your repairs are below the PAC line, then technically operations, it's not part of their budget. It's a part of you as the facility manager's budget. So it changes the whole scope. Operations doesn't nearly get involved as much. They will from time to time. If they question labor hours or a service that's not performed correctly, they will get involved, but not at the detail that they did when it was a part of their bonus plan. So you're the one that now owns the bonus and the budget, and whether it affects your particular bonus plan or not, who knows, but you have a responsibility to the restaurants to keep them in good shape. So you have to make the best decision for what's best for the company to get something fixed, repaired, or replaced, irregardless of what it does to your personal plan. Your plan is, I spent money and did the right thing for the restaurants, and hopefully at the end of the year that works out. But when it's below the PAC line, you're typically the one that owns the budget. You want to be a partner with operations, you want to do the right thing. Take a few minutes and explain to them how you're tied to a budget just like they are. And you have to make decisions based on what amount of money should be spent right now for the best situation for the company. It's not their one particular restaurant. You own all restaurants or several restaurants. How many ever, if you're a regional facility manager that are in your territory, you're the owner of that. And you only have X amount of money that you're supposed to be spending for the year. So throughout the year, you have to make the best decision as you can on an individual basis. It has nothing to do with that particular restaurant. It's what's best for the company. And that's the decision you have to make. So the number one critical rule for any facility manager is to clearly understand where's the PAC line and where do repairs fall on that PAC line, above or below. Again, above, it's a part of the manager's bonus, and they're going to be heavily involved in those decisions. If it's below line, they're not going to be near as involved, but they're going to be reaching out to you to want to know what you're doing, and you need to explain your process and how you're tied to a budget as well and what you're trying to do. Sometimes a difficult decision, that's where sometimes it would roll up to a operations regional, a vice president, to explain the situation of the decision that you made. So hopefully they can help you in that explanation back to the general manager who may not understand. But it's a critical piece of the repairs and maintenance process and budget, is knowing which side of the line your company falls on so you can anticipate the questions that are going to come from operations as you go. That's our presentation for today. Thank you. I'm your host, Danny Koontz. Join us next time for FM Corner.